So back in 2017, I was watching a video with my 7-year-old daughter, and they were just simply unboxing a toy. And I thought, I could do this. And on this video, they were getting thousands of views. So the wheels started turning, and I decided I was going to start my own kids channel. I headed out to the store, I went to the toy section, and I remember picking out my very first Shopkins toy that my daughter and I unboxed together in our very first video. Welcome back to our channel, Crafts with Isabella. I'm with Isabella.
And I'm with Mommy.
And of course my daughter was super excited. I mean, what kid wouldn't be, right? So I put together this little set for us to film on, and we unboxed our first toy, and then I edited it, uploaded it, posted it, and I remember just thinking that the views were gonna start rolling in. But after about a day, I noticed that we were not getting any views on our video, and I thought, this is gonna be a little harder than I thought. I even tried searching up my video with the exact title to see if I could get it to come up in search, and I couldn't even find it. So it wasn't that my video didn't post, it was just that it was not ranking up in search, and therefore nobody was watching it. So I imagine a lot of you are feeling the same way, that you've had this same experience. You're kind of at a loss of, what do I do now? Just like I was. And so I spent a lot of time over the next 3 years trying to figure out how to get my kids channel to grow and to get more views and more subscribers. Fast forward to today, I now have a kids channel with over 3.5 million views in a 2-year period. So I've definitely learned some things. And one of the things that I've learned in studying kids channels and working with kids channels is that there is one common mistake that we all seem to make in the beginning, and that is posting variety content. What is variety content? Well, basically variety content, in my case, was uploading a lot of kids' videos, but around a lot of different topics and a lot of different brands. And I see this mistake over and over again with kids' channels. The reason why I did it was because I thought, well, kids want to see a lot of different toys, right? But what I didn't understand at the time was that YouTube caters to the interests of an individual viewer. And the reality is everybody has a small set of interests that they like to follow. So in the case of kids, they may really only like Shopkins, or they may really only like LOL Surprise Dolls, or whatever it is, but one particular brand. Now the problem with that is the stores only sell so many toys for each brand at one point in time. So how do you do many different videos and keep putting out videos when there are no more toys to buy and unbox? This is where we had to get creative, and you will have to as well. So for example, on our newest channel, we were unboxing toys in the beginning, but after a while, there were no more toys to buy in the store to unbox. And so now we had to figure out, how are we going to keep doing videos without having new toys to unbox? So what we did is we started incorporating videos within that same brand and about those brand characters. And we did things like coloring pages or trivia questions about the new characters from that particular brand. Let me give you an example. Our niche is the Disney Junior Tots. And the Disney Junior Tots has come out with 3 different seasons of TV shows now. And the newest one is season 3. So what we are starting to do is we're getting familiar with the new characters in this season 3, and then we're filming and incorporating videos around these new characters in this new season. We know that anytime a new season comes out on TV, that is going to be the new trending shows that the kids are watching, and they're going to be searching it up on YouTube. So we are trying to get ahead of the curve at the beginning of season 3, so that we can then ride that out as kids are watching those shows. Now, if you're in a position where you really can't get ahead of the curve, maybe you're in the middle of the curve or even the end of the curve, say you want to go into gaming, you want to do something with Minecraft or with Roblox, that's fine. You've just got to start thinking of creative ways to bring new content onto your channel that your particular viewer is going to be interested in watching today. Now you acknowledge that you've been making this mistake, and that's one of the main reasons why your channel hasn't been growing. And so now you want to fix it and figure out, how do I choose a niche? This is where you're going to have to do a little bit of research. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to start making a list with general ideas of what you want your channel to be about. Do you want it to be about gaming? Do you want to do toy unboxings? Do you want to do skits with toys? Do you want to do toy unboxings and skits? Do you want to do challenges? You have to figure out first, in general, what your channel is going to be about, and then we're going to drill down from there. So for example, if you're going to do gaming, what particular game are you going to do your videos about? Even though kids may be interested in a couple of different games, the truth is that YouTube rewards your channel when you niche down and focus in on one particular type of game. And on top of that, you're still going to have to identify creative videos that are going to bring in those new viewers. Now that you know what your general niche is going to be and what your drilled down focus niche is going to be, now you're going to research other channels that are doing what you'd like to do and are being very successful at it. You're going to observe what kinds of videos they're doing, especially their newer videos. And once you see what some of their most popular and newer videos are, now it's time to do some keyword research. The reason that you want to research keywords is because you're trying to figure out which keywords have a high level of search but a low amount of competition. Now, unfortunately, this is not really something you can just figure out by going on YouTube. You need a tool that you can use to identify what those keywords are. And the tool that I use is called TubeBuddy. And what I really like about TubeBuddy is that it's easy to put in a couple of keywords and to get back results right away to show you how easy it would be for a channel like yours to rank in search using those particular keywords. Now, when you're doing this keyword research in TubeBuddy, you'll find that the longer tail keywords you use, the more likely you are going to be to rank in search. So this is another example of where we need to be really focused and detailed about the keywords that we're using in our titles, because the more detailed we get, the less competition there's going to be. So for example, if I type up Disney Junior, I am not very likely to rank on that keyword phrase. And the reason is because there is a whole channel designated for the brand Disney Junior. And that channel has thousands of videos up, and Disney Junior has a very strong brand and authority. However, if I use the keyword phrase Disney Junior Tots, now I'm going to have a higher chance of ranking for that search term. And if I drill down even further, like we have into Season 3 Disney Junior Tots, then my chances of ranking are even better. And the great thing about TubeBuddy is that as you start to drill down on these keyword phrases, you're going to get back a better score, which means that you have a higher chance of ranking under those keyword phrases. Another thing that I really like about TubeBuddy is that once you have posted your video and you have all of your keywords down in your tags, TubeBuddy will actually tell you when you are ranking for a certain keyword or keyword phrase. You'll know that you're ranking when you see this little green box here with a number in it. That green box designates that you are ranking within the first 20 search results of that keyword phrase. So if it has a 1, which is the best, that means that when someone types in that keyword phrase, your video is coming up as the #1 search. And if you didn't already know, usually the top 3 videos are the most clicked on. So our goal is to get within that first 3, but even if you don't, it's still nice to see if you are at least ranking on that first page with your video. And that is really crucial information, because if you have a keyword or keyword phrase that you're ranking for, you now know that you can do more videos around that phrase, and YouTube is already ranking you there. If you're interested in getting a free version of the TubeBuddy tool, I have a link down in the description. I appreciate if you use it. I do get credit with them if you do use my link, even if you use the free version, and it's at no cost to you. If you want to learn more about growing your kids' channel, go ahead and hit one of these end screens below, and I will see you over in my next video. Bye, guys.